Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at 8 new and redesigned SUVs to hit the road soon. Number 8. Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. The Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid is like the hybrid SUV equivalent of a Swiss Army knife. It's got power, efficiency, and a style that'll turn heads. It's got a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine and not one, not two, but 3 electric motors, giving you a combined 196 horsepower. Now when it comes to handling, it's got a sport-tuned suspension that'll make you feel like a race car driver in the city, but it's just as comfy on the highway. Plus, with electronic all-wheel drive, it's like having a secret weapon for tackling tricky roads. Speaking of style, the Corolla Cross Hybrid isn't your run-of-the-mill Corolla. It's got sleek lines, muscular fenders, and a silhouette so smooth it'll make a dolphin jealous. And those 18-inch alloy wheels? They're like the cherry on top. Sporty and chic, just like your favorite pair of sneakers. In a nutshell, the Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid is the triple threat you've been waiting for: power, efficiency, and style all in one. Number 7. Lexus RX 500h. The Lexus RX 500h is a luxury SUV that's like the James Bond of the Lexus RX family, suave and loaded with gadgets. First off, it's the new kid on the block, part of the 5th-gen Lexus RX lineup. It's got a fresh look, better cabin, and sits on a shiny new platform. Now let's talk power. You got 3 engine options, but the star of the show is the hybrid system. It packs a punch with 246 horsepower and 233 pound-feet of torque. But wait, there's more. The front gets power from the engine, while the back boasts an 80-kilowatt axle with an electric motor and a nickel-metal hydride battery. Inside, it's all about tranquility. Active noise and sound control make sure it's quieter than a library in there. Now for the good stuff: space and comfort. The Lexus RX 500h is roomy with legroom to spare, and the seats are comfier than your favorite couch. Safety's no joke either. It's got lane departure warning, forward collision warning, and automatic emergency braking. In a nutshell, the Lexus RX 500h is a high-performance hybrid luxury SUV. It's got power, it's sleek, and it's packed with comfort. Number 6. Ineos Grenadier. The Ineos Greeniger is a modern-day off-road warrior, designed and crafted by the good folks at Ineos Automotive Limited. They've taken inspiration from the legendary Land Rover Defender and built a sturdy beast with a boxy body, a tough steel ladder chassis, and suspension that can handle all sorts of bumpy rides. And guess what? It's powered by BMW 6-cylinder engines. That's some serious oomph under the hood. On the outside, it's got that rugged look, with exposed bolts and that classic 4x4 vibe. You might even get a hint of nostalgia with shades of the old Land Rover Defender in there. But it's not just about looks. Inside, this ride is all about space, practicality, and versatility. It's got all the modern tech and comfort you'd expect from a 2020s vehicle, and then some. Now, size-wise, the Ineos Greeniger is a big fella. It's more about long-haul adventures than rock crawling, and it's considered pretty darn spacious by global standards. And when you're behind the wheel, you'll feel like this thing's got integrity oozing from every bolt. So if you're yearning to escape the city, camp under the stars, or embrace the great outdoors, the Greeniger is your trusty sidekick. Number 5. Porsche Macan T. The Porsche Macan T is like the fancy new kid on the block in the Macan family, and it's got a few tricks up its sleeve. First off, that T in its name. It's short for touring, and it's got a heritage dating back to the iconic 911T from 1968. This Macan T packs a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, giving you 195 kilowatt of power and 400 Newton-meter of torque. All that power goes to all 4 wheels through a snappy 7-speed Porsche Doppelkupplung dual-clutch automatic transmission with steering paddles. Now when you hop inside, you're treated to some comfy 8-way leather seats, PASM, which makes your ride smoother, the Sport Chrono package for that extra oomph, and the Porsche traction management system, because who doesn't love good traction? Price-wise, this Macan T sits a bit higher on the throne than the base Macan, starting at $64,500. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The Macan T comes with a sports exhaust system and adaptive air suspension, including PASM. So, why do we love it so much? Because it's like Porsche's sporty spirit crammed into an SUV. You get all the Porsche vibes with the extra room for your pals and gear. Number 4. BMW X1. The BMW X1 is a compact sports activity vehicle, now in its third generation. It's got that classic BMW look on the outside, with all the bells and whistles you'd expect from a premium ride. The X1 xDrive 28i, a mouthful of a name. But it's all about delivering joy in your daily drive, modern versatility, top-notch safety, and the latest tech wizardry. Plus, it's always up for a bit of adventure. The friend who's down for a spontaneous road trip. Step inside, and you're in for a treat. The interior is all about luxury and tech. We're talking about the BMW Curve display with iDrive 8.0. It's like having a mini spaceship dashboard. Under the exterior, you got a zippy turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, pumping out 241 horsepower. That's 13 more pummies than the previous model, in case you're counting. Now size matters, and the new X1 is bigger and bolder than its predecessor. It's got more cabin space than its rivals, making it feel like a TARDIS on wheels. In a nutshell, the BMW X1 is the cool, tech-savvy friend you want on your adventures. Number 3. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V is like a style upgrade for your trusty CR-V buddy. First off, it's got a fresh look, longer, wider, and with more swagger. Think of it as your CR-V hitting the gym and coming out looking all rugged yet modern. Inside, there's more room to stretch your legs, and it's loaded with new stuff to play with. It's like your CR-V decided to get a bigger living room and some cool new gadgets. Now you've got choices: EX, EXL, Sport, and Sport Touring trims. And guess what? The sporty ones come with a hybrid powertrain as standard, like having a greener, more eco-friendly buddy in the gang. It's got a turbocharged 1.5-liter engine packing 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. The hybrid version's got a 2-liter engine doing its thing. They both got a little tune-up, but nothing too crazy. In a nutshell, the 2023 Honda CR-V is like your favorite comfy hoodie with a stylish new makeover. It's bigger inside, has some cool tricks up its sleeve, and you've got a choice between eco-friendliness and traditional power. Number 2. Range Rover Sport. The Range Rover Sport is a swanky midsize SUV with a fresh makeover by Land Rover. It's like the cooler, more affordable cousin of the full-sized Range Rover. First off, it's got that classic Range Rover style, with a clean and sleek exterior. No flashy badges or over-the-top body lines here. It's all about that understated elegance. Plus, they beefed up the frame and thrown in some nifty air springs that adjust themselves based on how you're driving. You've got choices galore, including an all-electric option coming in 2024. Now, the Range Rover Sport isn't just a pretty face. It's a beast off-road too, but I'd recommend avoiding that matte white cloth interior if you plan to get down and dirty. Think of the Range Rover Sport as the sportier, more fun-loving sibling in the Range Rover family. It's designed to make you feel like you're going fast even when you're parked. And while it might cost a bit more than some other fancy SUVs like the BMW X5 and Mercedes-Benz, it's worth every penny for that luxurious experience and a touch of modern tech. So if you're in the market for a ride that's got style, substance, and a dash of attitude, the Range Rover Sport is here to spoil you. Number 1. Land Rover Defender 130. The Land Rover Defender 130 is the newest member of the Defender family, a name that's been kicking around for a solid 75 years. Now what sets the Defender 130 apart is that it's the longest one you can get. It's like the stretch limo of Defenders, adding a generous 13 inches to its rear compared to its sibling, the Defender 110. This extra room means it can squeeze in a whole third row of seats, making it a rare gem in the world of off-road vehicles. When it comes to the ride, the Defender 130 is equipped with air springs and Land Rover's adaptive dynamics as standard. What does that mean for you? Well, it keeps the ride smooth, even when you're tackling rough terrain or dodging potholes. Now, for the fun part, cornering. The Defender 130 might be spacious, but it's no sports car. When you're taking those curves, you'll feel every inch of its size, so don't expect to break any speed records. And let's not forget about the brakes. The brake-by-wire system has come a long way since the 2020 model, and now it's as easy to handle as your morning cup of coffee. So there you have it, the Land Rover Defender 130, the long, strong, and capable member of the Defender clan. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. If you found it helpful, then make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.